My name is Tom Chase, Hospital Corpsman Chief, United States Navy, retired. I was wounded on March 6, 2007, just northwest of Fallujah, Iraq. I was wounded while traveling on a routine counter-IED patrol. During this time, the suicide bomber impacted our left door. We were in up-armored Humvees. I was ejected from the vehicle, landed on the ground. I received burns to my hands, face, ears, traumatic brain injury, and also currently suffering from PTSD. We got into a firefight afterwards, ground medevac back to Fallujah Surgical, where I was then medevac to Balad and home through Landstuhl to Brooke Army Medical Center in San Antonio, Texas, where I currently reside. I actually ran into a lot of obstacles during my recovery. Being a Navy reservist mobilized for this, I was treated a lot differently than the active component. I was assigned to a NOS that required me to show up every day and work, while similarly injured people who were active duty were told to phone muster and check in once a week on Wednesday musters, which I was also required to attend. My med board was a complete disaster. I finally did accept my findings and was retired out on 15 June 2011, nearly 5 years after I was wounded. And then the VA has actually been pretty good so far. I've seen more people who've had issues with the VA than myself, and I can see where they need a lot of work to understand the needs of wounded warriors. I've been a member of the Military Order of the Purple Heart since May. My really good friend Ray talked me into joining. Really something I wasn't interested in, but I've seen the good work they do, their ability to go out and help other vets who have similar issues and really stand up for them and really do what's right. Like I said, my friend Ray, who was my corpsman that I worked with in Iraq, he was shot in the chest and he became really involved, and honestly, Ray's not the type of person that you'd expect to be involved in something like the Military Order of the Purple Heart. And when he told me how excited he was and how much good that the organization did, I really decided to give it a chance and try to take it on. But I do see what they do. I know, like I said before, my friend Ray really had a hard time going to the VA and transitioning. And then I have another corpsman I worked with and met while I was a wounded warrior. He's really been pushed hard by the VA. Quite a few mistakes on the VA's part with his paperwork and complications post-surgery. And they, without him even being a member of the Military Order of the Purple Heart, he really jumped into it and really took on his case, even though he wasn't a member. I have seen some of the other veterans organizations, such as VFW and American Legion, and on a small scale, or on a large scale, excuse me, on a large scale, they seem to have a very powerful government networking system. But on a small scale, they seem more to be a social club, and I really was kind of turned off by that. But the Military of the Purple Heart seems to be not only dedicated to helping members who are Purple Heart holders and protecting the integrity of that award, but on a local level, they're also very involved with changing local laws, making it so a Purple Heart plate or DV plate gets the same ability to make it so a Purple Heart plate or DV plate gets privileges that other plates do. They're just really out there for the community locally, and they're really involved. I think there's quite a few things that actually make the Military Order of the Purple Heart really important to me. The biggest one being is it's an organization of like-minded people. Though we all didn't serve in the same war, Chapter 1836 has people as far back as World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Beirut, I believe, Desert Storm, Desert Shield, Iraqi freedom, enduring freedom. We all share a common brotherhood that we were all wounded. And it's something you really can't put into words, but you can see how that affects your ability to relate to other people. Unlike VFW and so forth, you kind of get that old guy wanting to tell the young guy how great his war stories were. Here, that's not about the war stories. That's quietly said in the background. It's just about taking care of one another.